That being said, I think that viewers are entitled to loving that specific moment, that specific scene of this person that they enjoy. And if they grow out of that person, or if that person shifts in a direction that they no longer enjoy, I don't think it's beholden on the person watching to stay on. This is Celerity with 10-minute talks, where I record for 10 minutes and post whatever's usable. I was listening to Ed Sheeran's Plus during the week off a while back, and I had a lot of fun. I'm trying to find joy in essentially anything that comes to mind. I'm trying to find spontaneity in those places. Recently, I've learned that it's a marker of mental health to act like Will Ferrell out of Elf. So I've been trying to find ways to add whimsy to my life. And one of the unexpected places was trying to find old albums and listening to them. And going into Ed Sheeran's Plus, I surprised myself by knowing how many of the words that I did in, when was that released actually? Good grief, more than 10 years ago. I remembered all these memories started flooding into me, how much I loved Ed Sheeran and their music. I think they get lambasted often enough these days. I greatly miss this era of guy with a guitar music that they would produce. I can't help but think about how in love I was with his music at the time, and how eventually I fell out of love. Not with these initial albums with Plus or Multiply, but I think after that I stopped listening to them and only started picking up on their most popular releases, and they didn't really stick with me. And I don't feel uncomfortable saying that. I might be mistaken, but I feel as though people who are large enough have thick enough skin to exist and survive the odd complaint or reminisce of their work. I can't really say that I would be particularly excited to hear comments like I was making today, but it's true. They and I grew apart, Ed Sheeran and I. It reminded me about how important moments are in our life and how we really love creators and artists in a moment in their lives. I think it'd be inauthentic to stick yourself to somebody or something that no longer brings you joy. Right? No, I see posts, and this is a post like that, where we look at a post and go, oh, they've changed. They're no longer my thing. They're no longer this, no longer that. And while I would in the same breath tell you that these creators, these artists, these musicians are not entitled to you sticking by them, that your particular input shouldn't necessarily mean much to them, as they are a person living their life, and you come for the art, not necessarily for the artist. The capacity for this person to create art isn't contingent on your enjoyment of it. That being said, I think that viewers are entitled to loving that specific moment, that specific scene of this person that they enjoy. And if they grow out of that person, or that person shifts in a direction that they no longer enjoy, I don't think it's beholden on the person watching to stay on. We love someone in a moment, we love them a certain way, and we fall out of love. And he is so incredibly successful, Ed Sheeran. His songs are, whenever I'm walking around a bodega or a pharmacy, what I hear, which has to do something for the bank account, right? He must be doing so well, but he's not mine anymore. And was he ever? I've talked about in the past about an unconditional love that we have for ourselves, and I've also talked about how I don't necessarily believe that exists. I can already think of moments I've had with people, right? With living, breathing people that I've met, where I've enjoyed them more, or I've clicked with them in a way that suddenly faded away after a while. And I wonder how long this moment is going to be, where all of you are with me and follow me, and when this moment's going to end, and what life's going to look like ultimately when things do change. That was going to be where this video ended, actually. But this morning, I heard a new album from them. I think it's Minus, which it's the one with the yellow cover. And I wondered, like, is this person still making music that I enjoy? And I listened to Boat by them. And I had paused because I really enjoyed it. It really reminded me of their old work. I think a kind of wave of relief washed over me, knowing that I didn't have to just enjoy this person's decades-old work and I could listen to new stuff. It makes me wonder and think about that moment where you reconnect with someone, where you enjoy their work again. And while I have this anxiety of this moment being over and losing some of you, I also do have this faith, this hope that I'll see some of you again. If ever I fall off, or if ever I sell out, or whichever, I hope that by being brazenly myself, warts and all, that you will come back. Or many of you will. I think the whole subscriber shtick, the way that we interact with creators nowadays, wherein we ascribe ourselves as fans, it adds on to this level of possessiveness and love from both sides. Creators will look at their followers and cherish them, hold them tight, be thankful for the number, and followers will say, I own this person. This person belongs to me. And just as I criticize the idea of a static human, of a human who does not change, that we are set in our ways from one point onwards, I also challenge the idea that subscribership, that followership, means anything for either side. It's as fluid. I urge everyone to follow and unfollow me as suits your needs. Ding ding ding, 10 minutes.